Welcome to the shift. Great to see you today. Guys, first and foremost, please tell me, what do you think about the AI revolution? What are your feelings? What are your thoughts? Because AI revolution is something that we all experience more and more and more in our businesses, in our lives, everywhere. So today we're going to speak a little bit about the AI revolution in authentic marketing, and we are going to speak about why it matters for you as predominantly spiritual entrepreneurs. Artificial intelligence has both sides, and we have to be all clear about that. Because when we start thinking about something, some entity, some behavior, some situation, from the perspective of neutrality, as my mentor is teaching, then we start alleviating constraints around this topic, and we start being open to experiencing the better part of this revolution. This is why I challenge you to think about both sides at the same time, because they are more and more clear every single day. So starting with the worst part of artificial intelligence, yes, it is a threat. And I'm not in the group with people who say that no, artificial intelligence has no downsides. No, AI is perfect. It's great. It's amazing. Because truth to be told, artificial intelligence is changing everything. And as a disruptive technology, it enters every single section of our lives. And you might say that, but I'm working with energetics, I'm working with mindset, or I'm working with health, or I'm supporting people to grow their businesses. And artificial intelligence does not influence my part of business. But it's not true. If you still believe that artificial intelligence doesn't influence your business, you're delusional. And I know this statement is bold, especially in the very beginning of the speech. But the truth is, majority of people who work now in coaching are going to be removed from the market due to the fact that artificial intelligence has incredible abilities to coach us and to lead us in alignment with who we are and what we do. Additionally, when we think about different types of AI, not only about ChatGPT, but also about different solutions for different things, I do believe that artificial intelligence can keep us accountable even better sometimes than a coach. So having this in mind, let's proceed to what are actually the benefits of using artificial intelligence. AI is commonly believed that it's robotic, that it's fake. But when you look at the development of artificial intelligence and different models that are released by companies, you will notice a huge change in what was happening in a very short period of time. Like 5 years ago, the AI pictures looked very bad. People with 9 fingers or with 5 eyes. But now when you look at the AI pictures, especially if someone knows how to do them, by the way, if you're interested, let me know. Then AI pictures start to be something that shows your energetic blueprint, that shows your vibe, that shows your nature. Because if someone can capture it and see your profile, your energetic profile, they can reflect it in the picture. And this way, people who connect with you can connect with you at a deeper level. So this is why artificial intelligence is a kind of capturer of your quantum voice. And what do I mean by that? There are a few steps that we should follow to capture the quantum voice and to show it to general public. And understanding that artificial intelligence supports us in publishing more and more and more content every single day, we will realize that understanding how to capture the quantum voice is even more important, because then people start seeing you not just for the hooks that artificial intelligence produces, but for who you are at the energetic level, who you are at the soul level. And capturing who you are at the soul level is related to your profile in terms of astrology, human design, gene keys, as my incredible friend Janice is saying. So let's speak about how to actually incorporate those elements into your authentic communication using artificial intelligence. So number one, we need to teach artificial intelligence our profiles. Number two, we need to have prompts which are going to translate our profile to marketing. Number three, we need to see how this all works together to produce the voice. What are the characteristics of your voice that you want to use? What are the characteristics of your voice that are going to resonate the best with your audience? And you might say, but artificial intelligence is never going to produce content that is going to be better than mine myself. And up to a point, you might be right, because it depends on how expensive your AI is, how well trained it is, and it also depends on how good content creator you are. Because I've seen clients who prefer creating content by themselves, for example, for the blog posts, but then they use artificial intelligence to create more and more and more content pieces, and they can publish them in different sections of the AI world. So the quantum voice is a combination of your soul blueprint, your natural voice, natural way that you speak, and your desire to communicate with your clients. When it comes to using the quantum voice, you can show it in your videos, you can show it in your pictures, you can show it in your posts, you can show it in your stories. Because when we focus on where we can actually use it and how it results, it's easier to understand why artificial intelligence is actually useful. Then the second field where we can use artificial intelligence in our authentic marketing is to actually treat artificial intelligence as a kind of energetic matchmaker. What do I mean by that? AI helps us quickly identify and deeply understand our soulmate clients and to look at their profile and their needs from a different perspective, from a little bit different angle. For that reason, we start being a magnet for the clients that are actually aligned with us. And you might say, but every single client teaches us something. So basically, every single client that connects with us is useful because we need money, because we want to learn, because we want to grow. But the truth is, if you believe that you are here on earth for a reason, if you believe that you have dharma, if you believe that you have a mission on earth, and that this mission is related to your astrology, human design, I Ching, your profile, then it's easier to connect with clients that are actually related to this. I personally work mostly with astrology because this is the field that feels most natural for me. But when you understand this deeper connection, this deeper profile of your clients, you will also see that they also have their missions. To give you a short story, when I started thinking about my clients and I started reading my charts, my first thought was, I'm in the wrong market. Because in the astrology, I have huge connection between business and spirituality. So I interpreted it as, okay, so I am here to run business that is spiritual. So I started doing the manifestation classes, the meditation classes, and all the things. And I didn't even use the decade of business experience or the PhD in marketing that I have. After a while, I realized that actually connection of business and spirituality doesn't mean that I have to teach spirituality, which, to be honest, I don't feel to be a master at. But I can use artificial intelligence, which is in my profile in innovation section. Like, I'm innovative. I have Sagittarius in my ascendant. I have Gemini in my communication. So basically, use this new technology, new spin with business knowledge, with doing business, but for spiritual entrepreneurs, because this is the group that I'm supposed to serve at the soul level. So once you start thinking about it, you will realize that understanding your new target demographic is a little bit easier when you use artificial intelligence, because all you have to do is just to go to AI of your choice, Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, whichever you prefer. For this particular purpose, I used ChatGPT, then O3, but you can use any option that you prefer. And you create this profile of your client from the psychographic, demographic, sociographic, behavioral, maybe even soul level perspective. What is the human design profile? What are the human design lines that your clients, that you serve best? Because sometimes it's easier to serve one unified part of, let's say, the disc profile. When you have this profile that you want to serve, it's also easier to adjust your communication. And people hear you in a different level. They hear you deeper. Your voice resonates stronger because when you start communicating purely using your gifts, using your talents with this particular type of client, and you go really, really deep in that, it feels as if you were speaking directly to them. Because manifesting generators, I'm a manifesting generator, feel frustration when something is not aligned with their actions. So you can speak directly to their frustration. You can use any different profile to create this kind of deeper communication and to show them that you understand. Because people at the end of the day are searching to be understood, not actually to understand you. When we change this perspective that people are thinking predominantly about themselves, and they absolutely have the right for that, we start understanding how to communicate with them so that they choose us, because we are here to serve them. And the universe supports us when we are in alignment, right? The third thing that I wanted to speak about is the authority amplifier. And this one is the most tricky one when it comes to communication. Using artificial intelligence to create the visibility of you as an expert in specific field might be challenging because it might be shallow. For example, if today I decided that I want to run the profile on gardening because I have my new garden in my new house, so I would like to speak more about that because I'm learning and it's fascinating. I'm not going to feel and sound like an expert even with artificial intelligence. Because when people start asking me questions, I would say, I don't know, I'm not sure. But there are specific areas where we are experts naturally, where we are experts because of our experience, because of our education. And these areas should be tackled and these areas should be thought about because you are an expert, right? But your voice and your authenticity should show something more. It should show, number one, your values. Number two, it should be vulnerable. It should be based on storytelling and it should be relatable. So let's speak about those three things and how to use artificial intelligence to actually supercharge that. Number one, when it should be vulnerable, we need to be well connected to ourselves to be able to speak to our people. We need to be bold enough to tell the most challenging stories that we experienced in our lives. Number two, it should be relatable. So we need to be able to build relation with people's experiences. For example, when I tell you that I have a new garden and new house, you might say, I don't have a house. I live in a block of flats. So basically, doesn't relate to me. But we can relate to people at two different levels at minimum. Level number one is where they are currently, and number two, where they want to be. If I tell you the real honest story that I was living with my mom after the divorce, which was pretty humiliating to go back to my mother, then to have a child, and not being in marriage, especially when you're in a Catholic country, being around 35, which means I should be very successful. I should be making millions of dollars already, but I didn't and felt like a total failure. Being forced to go back and ask for help from my mom and then starting the business and investing thousands of dollars in coaching, build the business, feeling the challenges, seeing the challenges, experiencing this pain of it's not working yet, and then moving to understanding how business, actually the real business, works when it comes to coaching, applying all the strategies that I knew from the marketing land and combining it with artificial intelligence to be able to afford myself to buy a new house with a beautiful garden, and now redecorating the house where I'm going to move with my daughter. And it feels so freeing, so good. This clear transition allows you to connect with me at minimum in two moments: the moment of struggle or the moment of victory. Preferably, when you create communication, you want to show your true, real, honest stories from a perspective of where people were, because this is where you meet them. This is the place where they are now. And then you move them to the desired state, which in our case is having the new house. think about your clients, think about their desires, and use artificial intelligence adding to create me a post or something. My client currently struggles with share the part of your story where you were, and their desire is to, and share your result with that you have, your current situation, your victory. Once you combine the two, people can relate to you and they start asking, how did you actually do that? Which opens sales conversations. And in this short conversation, I told you that artificial intelligence is a threat, that it's a brilliant solution, that artificial intelligence helps us build authentic marketing. But still, there are a few things that you need to make it work very well. So number one, you need to have an audience. Number two, you need to have aligned audience. And number three, you need to have well-positioned offer. So for those of you who want to create the offer that actually converts, I have something incredibly valuable. This offer regularly is $222, and it's my workshop where I show step by step how to create the irresistible offer for your clients. And now you are getting access to a new version of this incredible course in which we are going to go one level deeper, which is we are going to speak about your profile and adjusting it to your clients. So this bonus itself is worth at minimum $200. But for you, if you join the AI offer within the next 14 days, you get it as a gift due to the fact that you're registered in the shift. I'm going to go now to the Facebook group where I will post for you a gift, okay, a surprise. So go there to our Facebook community where we are speaking about everything that happens during this incredible summit, and you will find a post that will actually help you go further in your authentic marketing. See you in 2 days.